NERDSoul.
Yep. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go because we got Anime's crew in the house and we chilling. All right, I'm not by myself. I'd like to introduce to you. We ain't seen this girl. Well, we've seen her, but y'all ain't seen her. But look, we seen this girl in a minute. All right, she been making big announcements. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing. Hold it down on the low low. I get to you, the gaminated one, Gamma Ray Cosplay. What's up?
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Gamma Ray Cosplay, lawyer by day, cosplayer by night, and also now dubbed Mama Straw Hat. As you might not know, and those who don't, I plan to give birth to the future Hokage, or the future King of the Pirates. Baby will be due in July.
Summer baby.
July, aka the best month to be born in.
So he will be a Cancer. Will he be a Cancer like me? Not that I believe in all that stuff, but people give all the Cancers all the trouble. So let's make more of them.
July 19th. I forget where that was. He or she. You plan to do the gender reveal?
Might roll in the Leo territory where all the dope people are. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah. That's why Cancers. That's why I don't believe in it. You know.
But we also have, of course, this man about town. You might see him at a convention near you. I give to you one half of the dynamic duo from the South. That's right, Blurtish own COOP with an exclamation point. What's up?
What's up, y'all? Y'all will be able to hear this at www.blerd-ish.com. That's blurs.com. You will have just seen me at a con if you follow the socials. Just attended Fan Expo New Orleans. Had a fun time. Shout out to Victor Dandridge if you're listening. Shout out to, I forget her name, but she's the professor. When you're the professor, when you're a black and you're the doctor or professor, that's your name. So shout out to the professor who was on the panel with him, Professor Hines, I believe. She's dope. They did the black horror panel. When I get it together, you all will see it in the future. But check out the socials, check out the people that I hollered at, follow their pages as well. Because at Blurtish, we like to share the love, and we give love. Hey, feel free to give it.
Yeah,
we
man, that's what it's all
work.
about. So, with the respect, I'd like to shift it over to the gaminated one, Miss Gamma Ray. What you been watching? What have you been peeping game on in these anime streets? We ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah. I've been MIA, the early stages of this pregnancy had your girl down. Fatigue. Whew, Lord, didn't nobody warn me. I was tired as soon as I get home. But I was able to take off. I was able to take off a couple of days and kind of regroup and refresh for the new year. And during that time, I've done a lot of binging. One of the things I very much enjoyed, actually been watching a lot of stuff, but I'll try to run through. So first thing I binged, and I'm totally obsessed with, I'm not sure if it falls in anime, but you know what, I'm going to talk about it. Young Love. It's a series based on the mini short that won Academy Awards, Hair Love. And when I say it's the most for the culture, like true, the lovable Black culture representation. I mean, it doesn't overhype, it doesn't just do this kind of over fantasize, anything like that. It's just like, hey, this is just how Black people in Chicago live, and they still well educated, have a good time. They not in a negative way or anything like that, but just, wholesome, hilarious, fun. And I just love the family dynamic relationship. I love the for the culture jokes that they put in there, and if you know. And it's just really cute. I love the cast, star-studded cast, voice acting cast, Kid Cudi, Issa Rae, Russell, oh my God, I can't think his last name, I'm drawing a blank, but old dude from Blacklist, Black Commander guy. But no, it's great.
Oh, you're talking about Harry Lennox.
Yes.
And shouts to Blacklist, which is a dope show. But get back to Young Love. My bad.
Yeah, it's very dope show. Loved it, binged it. And I was also able to. I kind of started watching Pokemon Concierge. Super cute. Really easy watch. Breeze through it. But it's just super cute. I love clay animation, stop motion animation. And they do a great job. And just seeing all favorite Pokemon characters in that aspect is really cute. Something other anime that I have been catching up on. Caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen. Very sad that we are now on this long, who knows how long hiatus, but it's much needed. I mean, people got rights. I mean, you can't work in these animators like a sweatshop. So I get it. The dope animation, the fight scenes, it's lining up with the manga, Chef's Kiss. I mean, they don't mop it on this, so I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm also very excited. One new anime that has recently dropped this past week, Solo Leveling. It is based on the highly anticipated, highly popular webtoon series. Not webtoon, it's a Topper series. But I mean, still a webtoon stuff, but it's on Topper. And
it's been a webtoon, a light novel, and all that.
It's so, I've heard nothing but good things about the web series, so I'm very eager and excited. I just was able to catch the first 5 minutes, and off the rip, the action and fighting scenes, really dope. So I'm super excited about that. Let me see, what else have I been watching? I have been watching.
Real quick, what is that on? What is Solo Leveling on?
Oh, it's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, all right, cool.
Crunchyroll. Yeah, Crunchyroll, they taking over. They got all their stuff.
For the 99 and the 2000.
I'm caught up on Miji and Dolly. I waited for the English show because I was just like, let me see. But
did they kill them parents yet?
No.
Damn.
So it's like a weird twist. You gotta keep watching. Lord. It got me where I'm like, okay, I'm still invested. I want to see how this ends. Y'all gonna get these last 2 episodes out of me because I want to know what happens. But it was a really cool twist. I didn't see it coming. But yeah, still obviously my One Piece. Then still watching Apothecary Diaries and Death Play. I know that Mashle is back, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, I've just been trying to catch up on a lot of the shows. Oh, and how can I not forget this one? Undead Unluck. Love it. If you haven't been watching it, I don't know what to tell you. Get your life, because you're missing out. Another one, top tier anime as well as top tier manga. Great read. I mean, I just feel like when you have the playbook and you follow it accordingly, and the quality and the animation is done well, it's a hitter. It's another banger. So enjoying it all. The concepts, the stories, hit after hit after hit.
Now I have a extra question to probe in on Pokemon Concierge. I have it in my list because it looks so cute. Could you break down at least a little bit of the story? Don't fully, don't give it all away. But every I saw it, I was like, man, this looks too good. I gotta see this.
It's super cute, and I mean, essentially, it kind of follows this main character Haru, where typical just work drone in Japanese life, where she just work. And it's just bad luck after bad luck happened. She was like, I need a life change. And she's like, I want something free, something completely different, opposite. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go and work at this resort with these Pokemon. It's a Pokemon resort, so it's not just for people to stay at. They allow Pokemon to stay there as guests. So they encourage Pokemon to stay as guests, whether they're as pets, as individuals, as wild Pokemon. It's just kind of like a safe haven for both humans and Pokemon. And her job is to
be our guest. Be our guest.
Is this like
be our guest?
Marigold, or what's that movie with that big time director that had that hotel drama movies. It's kind of like I know it ain't that deep, but it's like, is it, like it just sounds high.
What,
concept.
animated or?
No, it's not animated. It was like the Marigold. I was kind of joking, or whatever that Oscar award winning movie.
They do give top tier service to both the humans as well as the Pokemon. Like, it ain't just y'all can just be around here getting where you fit in. It's like, no, we want to cater to the Pokemon. If they want to do yoga, if they want to, get massages, and if they want to go to the salon, they can get a fur trim, they can get a little flower styled in their hair, and go to the restaurants. And Haru's job is to just make sure that both the guests and Pokemon are safe. Pokemon still, even in some wild ones, they kind of get a little rowdy. So she just kind of makes sure, like, hey, y'all doing what y'all doing, but how about doing it over here, and then the guests over here doing their thing. It's really cute. Of course, there's colorful characters that also, work with her. The surfer dude, and he's just like has 10, 11, 50 million jobs. He does everything. And then the sassy, which I'm just like, I'm kind of low-key mad they did it, but I'm not mad at it. The sassy black girl who's like, let me get you right,
If she's black and in Japan and she's not a villain, she must be sassy.
Yes, she is definitely sassy. I love it though. It's cute. It's really cute.
All right, cool. That's what's up. And I think, at least I hope the movie you're referring to, Coop, is it Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yeah, I don't know what I was coming up with, the Marigold or something.
Yo, Grand Budapest is straight funny. Randomly watched it on Netflix, and I was like, yo, actually, this movie is funny. So I will give it it actually is funny.
It just sounds high concept for an animated show, but simple at the same time. But
just looks so beautiful.
It seems cozy. I don't know. I guess what the word to put it is.
Really
cozy. You know what? I'll go with cozy. I will say that's why I put it on my list. I was like, this looks, looks so fun and airy, light, cozy, if you will.
And you know what it is for us old timers, not including Gamma, because Gamma's still
she a young timer.
She 29, 30 times infinity. She's gonna stay there for a long time. She gonna have she gonna have a little straw hat that she gonna revert back to 25, and ain't nobody gonna know her age and be like, when her kids like almost her height, they be like, that's your baby. Like, yeah, that's my baby. She gonna be like one of those moms. But for us, I guess stop motion always have certain beats. There's the creepy Tim Burton stop motion, but there's always the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the holiday specials that they no longer stop CBS to show those things.
The Heat Miser.
Yeah, the Heat Miser. So to add, I think Pokemon. Wallace and Gromit. So to add that to that list, and and Santa Claus, how he became Santa Claus. He was skinny, then he got fat during the show. The next day he was Santa Claus. That was always funny. It was like, why? We
don't really have any. I guess the last one that really stood out, I guess theatrically, is maybe Kubo and the Two Strings, but I might be missing one.
They just did a new chicken run.
Oh, they did?
It's called Dawn of the Nuggets. It's like a sequel to the original. It's really cute. That's another
Dawn of the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Of course. Who's titling these things? Like a dad joke generator?
I think so.
Wallace and Gromit, man. That's what they do.
One of the things I love about Pokemon Concierge too is like, we all know what the Pokemon characters look like, and their powers, and their personalities, and just their, even to the texture of look. Squirtle, you just know he's web, Bulbasaur, plant-like, and greenery. And Pikachu, this is cuddly, with all that, they managed to capture that, even in the stop animation. Where they can't have the fluidity of actual drawing art, which is based on what they had made. But I just love it.
Word up, word up. Well, I'm gonna throw it on over to Mr. Coop, because Coop said, "Yo, man, I'm putting my list together, man." He said, "I got shows I'm watching, but I'm also looking towards the winter." You know what I'm saying? He said Japan got some heat. I hope they got some heat. Coop, what are some things that are on your list for this winter season, man? What you looking forward to?
Let me pull out my list. Let me pull it out.
It better not be whack. No, just playing.
I mean, whackness is in the eye of the beholder. What is whackness? We don't know.
I don't know. I had to point it out when I see it. I'll be like, that's whack.
I'll be alright, Under Ninja. I never went back.
Ooh, I don't even think I watched one episode of that.
I failed you, Under Ninja, as you failed me. But I might one day, real talk, I might actually go back.
It just sounds dumb. Like, now I think about it, just sounds dumb.
I like the name. I like the color scheme, the green and black, but I don't know. It didn't work. But I might actually go back and torture myself, and everything, stuff that I picked and then somehow didn't work, I might actually do a completion for these weird like gaps in between. But stuff that I'm gonna pick, in fact, some of it crosses over with what I have started to watch and some that I will watch. In fact, this is gonna sound whack, but it has some sweetness to it. So it's gonna be a little slice of life stuff. So starting off, bottom tier character Tomozaki, and to sum it up, and I'm gonna go over the explanation real quick. This is actually season 2 coming out. I never watched season 1. I binged all of season 1. It's 12 episodes. I knocked it out really quick. It has some lows and points of it. It's not like C tier, like the C tier hero where it's just like where they cutting. This one they try to animate for the most part. It's a slice of life.
C+ classic.
It's nobody's getting knocked around the room and then they just sliding like on a stick. So this one, the people who are supposed to be important are fluid enough. Now they do the trick, that everybody, if you're a background character, you just a mannequin, and then they pan the camera. That's gonna happen in Slice of Life. You don't need to animate background characters in Slice of Life. Like, we get it.
So you mean you ain't got to go down to the subway, you know what I'm saying, and then get busy, and then your friend die / half not die, and then your boy come in like, yo, you my kung fu brother, and then you like, all right, we gonna have the tag team, and then do a fastball special. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I'm thinking
what part of Slice of Life you're here? But what is animated, basically it's about an expert gamer, Tomozaki. He doesn't fit in, wishes he did, but he's like such a gamer and kind of a introvert. Whereas he's like the expert #1 player in Japan, with this Smash Brothers like game, but they can't call it Smash Brothers, they call it Attack Fam. I love it. But it turns out the #2 player in Japan just so conveniently happened to be the most popular girl in school. She hates that he's such a potato, if you will. So because she can never beat him in the game, and they actually say like, hey, let's meet up, blah blah blah. They don't know who's who, they don't know what gender they are, blah blah blah. So it's kind of like, you ever remember that movie Money Can't Buy Me Love?
Wow.
Think of a slightly anime Money Can't Buy You Love. She long story short makes him be more sociable and this and that. So they're not dating. So he actually met a girlfriend that liked him, and she's like, one of your goals is to get a girlfriend before the end of this term. And he's come a long way after the end of season 1. He fixes himself up. She was like dissing his clothes. He had like some runovers, dirty sneakers. But she couldn't, like, she's a super try hard, wins at everything. But she's like, I cannot accept that a loser like you can beat me in anything. So she's like, I'm going to make you play the game of life and improve it. Now there are some lulls in it and this and that. A lot of it is sweet. But I like it, just like when I need a break from, say, Shonen and different that. So season 2 is starting. I've watched the first episode of season 2. It has some boring parts, but then it has some extremely funny parts. So it's like a B- for me. It's definitely in the B category for me now. Like, I couldn't put season 1 down. I didn't think I was gonna like it, feel to it, but I like it. I watched the first season, and it was dubbed. I'm gonna switch over to sub because I want to keep going. I'm gonna see right now. It's gonna be on my weekly list, so I'm gonna try it out. So, the name, I love goofy names. You give me a name that grab my attention. Bottom tier character, Tomozaki. So
Can't buy me love, man. Look, call me when they got an anime based on Love Don't Cost a Thing. Now that is a classic. But continue on.
Love Don't Cost a Thing. Ain't that based on? Oh, you know what? Never mind.
It's Nick Cannon. All right.
Yeah, that's the same movie.
Oh no, but it's better. All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because it got Nick Cannon.
Forget
Christina
Nick Cannon.
Milian.
Yes, that's why it's better. Stop. Full stop. It got Christina Milian. Excuse me. Love Don't Cost a Thing, or Money Can't Buy Me Love. Same thing, but there was one brief moment that even though she doesn't like him like that, and she actually, I don't know, it's weird with her. In fact, one of the pretty boys who's kind of cool, respect Tomozaki, he shot his shot at her, but she kind of, I don't know what's her deal. She ain't really let nobody in. So, but Tomozaki did stand up to her at the end of the season. It's like, hey, I don't want to be fake and artificial, kind of like you. He's like, I'll listen to you, and you have taught me some things, but I got to kind of do it on my terms to feel right with it. So I like that about characters like that. He's like, hey, man, I know I ain't the best, but I am genuine to me. And I'm going to learn and figure it out, and I'm going to take your advice, and I'm still going to beat you at the game of life, and you're never going to beat me at this game. And so it's kind of like this competition. But, he's learning. I feel like there's going to be a turn where maybe she might like him, but I don't know. That's going to be down the line. So, moving on. This one is shout out to the homie Camp Vision, Alok, if you will, Metallic Rouge. I haven't watched it yet, but this is the tagline. In a world where humans and androids coexist, Rouge is an android girl who is on a mission on Mars with her partner Naomi. The mission is to murder 9 artificial humans who are hostile to the government. It looks flashy. It's gonna be like some magical girl androids with probably like a little bit of Ghost in the Shell type of love.
Yo, man. Once that joint said Studio Bones, I was like, all right, y'all gonna at least get one episode out of me.
Yes, it's Studio Bones. So, go
ahead.
Is that
on Crunchyroll or somewhere else? I was just saying, what platform is it on?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna find out, but I be on a whole nother realm with my watching.
I'm guessing I think it's gonna be on Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll has a trailer out for it, so I'm guessing it's gonna be Crunchyroll.
I'm assuming if they have a trailer, then it's Crunchyroll because High Dive only have High Dive, and So if it
Coop out there living in the shadow zone. That's all I'm gonna say. But sometimes you need the shadow zone. Sometimes the shadow is necessary.
Hey man, again, Camp Vision coming to a place near you if you by invite one day. Or my other fallback that I ain't gonna mention because I don't want it to ever get nixed. Because I do not have Crunchyroll.
Those things are never gonna get nixed, man. You knock down one shadow, 2 more pop up. Like
I like my shadows.
Like I've even talked to a couple of people that run those types of shadows. They already have servers on servers backed up. They're like, oh yeah, this website is already parked on this company, that company over in Russia. They ain't never going down.
I'm never gonna mention it. I'm gonna mention the one that got Nick's Kiss anime. I think Kiss came back though.
Yeah, Kiss ain't gone.
Kiss left and then
They was on a very brief hiatus and came back.
Kiss had to let the fuzz go by real quick. Then it was like, we back. They, you know what I'm saying? When you around, I'll be quiet, but when y'all leave, I'll be talking again.
Fair enough. I don't really rock with Kiss because I think they real janky. They work, but I don't want them to mess up my stuff. I go to one that don't have no pop-ups, and then nobody ever talks about it. So I'm like, hey, it's kind of like Fight Club. Either you know about it, but we don't ever talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna mention his name on the pod. Stay away from them. But anyway, but Metallic Rouge, find it on Crunchyroll if you probably living the right way and on a good path. Metallic Rouge.
Living the right way.
So, another weird slice of life Sentai parody, send up maybe some action. Mr. Villain's Day Off. I saw it, I was like, okay, you got me with the title. Let me see what it's about. And it says an evil organization from another planet is trying to take over Earth. An alien from that organization named the General tirelessly fights against Earth's defenders every single day in a battle of life and death. However, today's his day off. So stuff gonna happen, hijinks gonna ensue, fights, and he just wanna be left alone. Like, look, I've been fighting y'all, leave me alone. But yeah, he gonna wind up probably somehow being a pro tag. So I was like, all right, you got me. You doing something slightly different, and yet they're doing it. Sadly, they kind of doing this before Reject Ranger, so this is kind of like probably not. I don't think it's gonna be as good as Reject Ranger, but this is kind of in the same vein because it is a Sentai send up. So I'm gonna give it a try. If anything, it'll be a warm up for I think we get Reject Ranger probably in winter or something later this year, hopefully soon, or summer.
And what's it called again? Let me see if I'm spelling it right.
Mr. Villain's Day Off.
Yeah,
I was sold on the title too. I was like, yeah, y'all are
the title got me. Like, I was like, okay, why is he Mr. Villain and why he got a day off? Villains don't never take days off. He like, I'm tired.
Dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm doing all this bad stuff. Let me chill for a little bit.
I don't know, man.
I did enough bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me chill for a second.
I guess maybe in like DC where everybody favorite villain become a hero, or in Marvel, they be like, look, the villain's cooler anyway, so we just gonna forget all about the people he murdered. We like him now.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing: they can do all they want, but that man killed the Queen Mother, so I don't care how y'all try to bring him back. Be like, oh, he's cool now. No, he not.
That movie exists in its own realm. We ain't never getting a part 3. But
we ain't never getting a part 3. But I expect that dude will be back because we have a whole universe to run. So
I don't. If he got the same problem as Jonathan Majors, last I heard.
Oh yeah. I forgot he did get some off camera shenanigans.
And that's if he can come back to the country. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see how that goes. Put like this: you ain't about to see him no time soon, bro.
Dang.
In fact, I'm gonna say you don't see that character again, no times until they reboot it. Yeah, I think he just quietly went.
I wouldn't. The way they've set stuff up through What If, I wouldn't even reboot anything. I'd be like, yo, this character got brought in through an incursion. They recast, deal with it, and just move on.
Like, look, just be like Rhodey. Look, I'm here. Don't worry about it. Let's deal with it. Let's go.
I'm here. Deal with it.
But speaking of going
nobody
on,
question that.
Nope. So in my 2 maybes, and I know I'm mentioning a lot of anime here. Usually I'm good for about 3. I'm good for like 3 dedicated ones, but there's ones it always usually wind up being like 6 because some I could just binge, I could stop, go to. But these are 2 of my maybes. First of all, the title of this one, I always heard it, but I read it again, but it sounds a little convoluted. It's High Card. So they coming for a season 2, so I need to start with a season 1.
Yes, I love it.
Have you ever tried High Card?
I did. I watched the first season, loved it. That was a very, very dope concept. It's like
Rachel?
It's like espionage meets like poker meets superpowered. I don't know. It's weird. Like, the characters have superpowers if they get a hold of the high cards, which I'm assuming like high cards. I never played poker. I'm assuming there's high cards in poker, and if you have one of those high cards, it like comes with the power. So it's pretty cool.
Because I'm not gonna lie, what was that? The crazy gambling high school. That was on Netflix. Was it Kuriguri? Kakaguri. First of all, I didn't know that girl was in high school. When I'm like, they need to stop. But it was funny. It was like I might try something weird like that again because I couldn't take my eyes away from the madness of that show. Japan, just make them college or grown because it's ridiculous.
Like the scenarios y'all want to run, just they don't really. I mean, it's not that people that age don't do that. It's that when you start televising it and kind of like making it cool, it gets into like a weird area.
I'm gonna just say this, even without going into describing that, when you have a underground game of chance with guns where you might blow each other's head off, and one character, it's exciting for them, and I ain't gonna go no further into that. You gotta watch it, but it's a good show. But it's like, I was like, if I had your kid, like they can watch it. So I was like, this ain't for you. Like this ain't no way in hell. This is 17 and below. Like this is about a good 16 and up. Like yeah, you can't be a certain age and watch this. You might need to watch this with me.
Like this is PG-17 or something.
Yeah, this was getting a little PG-17. I was like, so High Card sounds interesting with that concept. Maybe that's a little more, I hate to say grounded, but maybe not as much wild stuff they were doing. Then my other maybe, you already mentioned it, is Solo Leveling. It's like I'm gonna try it, but because it's pretty much the one of the anime of this season is going to be Solo Leveling as far as the hit, because so many people, it's already got a fan base, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to worry about trying it out. I feel like it's gonna be animated well enough. I don't know if I'm into the concept. It's like one of those, what, he's like a gamer and he gotta build himself up through the game or something. Is it an isekai?
No, for me, I have no idea.
No, it's not. I wouldn't classify it as a.
So it's not
isekai. I think it's more just like a shonen.
Okay, so it's like
because I mean, the concept is like they can transport between dimensions, so it's not like he's going. I mean, he is going to a different world, but he's not staying there. So that's why I feel like it's not a complete isekai. He's not being reincarnated in anything.
Got you. So it was a maybe for me. Those two, High Card and Solo Leveling, was a maybe. Sound like I might give it a little bit more of a I will try it sometime this season, or soon as I wrap up all three of everything I say I'm gonna try to see what I like. I'm gonna keep bottom tier just because I like to keep me a good slice of life. So my last categories are returning and continuing. Very easy one. Mashle, Undead Unluck. That's actually, Undead Unluck is continuing for about 9-10 more weeks. They had both of their cores run back to back, no production issues. So they must got good plans going for Undead Unluck. So that's a good sign. Rest in peace to the homie Zom 100. We'll see you when we see you. I'm gonna keep reading you. Now my other slice of life
never
comedy.
Gonna see you.
Man, we may never see you again. Yurusei Yatasura, aka Space Invade alum. I love it. I love the new series. It's basically a gag. It's a gag 4-comma adaptation of a 4-comma comic. Y'all know what that means. If you like your little fun, it's a funny page anime. It's sweet, romantic, and it's just complete good old fashioned. You know, if y'all know the creator, I think she created. Did she create Inuyasha? And I think she created the creator of Ramen and a Half. So if you're familiar with her work, she's a legendary creator. Look her up. Funny stuff for that somewhat sweet, but somewhat slightly trash, but also just all around good and touching and funny. And my favorite one I've been waiting on is a slice of life, Dangers in My Heart. I call it the anime, the Wonder Years, coming of age. You know, you got an emo kid that winds up basically him and the most popular girl pretty much realize they have more in common. They start to like each other, and it's just sweet and very well done how they do it. So it's not really played for laughs. It's really played for, like, I guess you could say, the human condition of kids that age and different things going on and yada yada yada. So just think of it, coming of age, growing pains, young love, budding over time. So those are the shows that I am looking forward to. You know, I couldn't really, like, the list, a lot. I'm not a super big isekai fan, so I took a lot of stuff off the board. Unless I hear something else, I'll go back to it. But nah, it seems like I need to get on board on a lot of stuff that has a season or two. So I feel like this is a balanced season for me. I feel like winter is like I feel like winter is a more polished quality version of what we got in fall. And I feel like spring is gonna blow our heads off when we get through winter. Like I feel like winter is just getting us ready for a lot of madness in spring. So that's kind of what I got. That's what I'm gonna be probably reviewing, or I'm gonna try. So, I'm gonna try to keep it up with bottom tier, most definitely. Because I like the concepts, and when I can relate a show to something that I kind of have seen or kind of get, then it makes it that much easier.
Okay, I'm glad that you got your Mashle coming, but you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. Because I told y'all I wouldn't say nothing.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what? If you want, what you got to say about Mashle?
I'm gonna go into my list. Here's my list. I'm gonna give love to the big homie Netflix. Netflix, even though some of this is falling outside, but I'll stick with the two ones that I think are really, really cool, or at least look cool. Mabaroshi, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but Mabaroshi, that's real cool. It's like they're like in a dungeon, right? It's just the idea of it is you got this kind of like fantasy idea.
The Delicious in the dungeon?
Oh, say it again?
Delicious in the dungeon?
Yeah, at least I think that's what it is.
Oh my God, that's so good. It's like only one episode out.
Yeah, Delicious in the Dungeon is super cool.
That's like
at least it looks really cool.
Where they cooking and they like doing cooking or something in there or something.
Yeah. So I mean, I know that's usually not my style.
Yeah, look at you. All right.
But I was willing to give the animation its props. So I did want to mention it. The cooking in the dungeon, those people, they good. Now,
all right.
Outside of that though, we do have 7 Deadly Sins coming to Netflix. It's on January 31st though. But 7 Deadly Sins, so like the dungeon cooking and 7 Deadly Sins, I'm waiting for that. Besides waiting for the 7 Deadly Sins, it's really just chilling and watching old stuff because I'm not really hyped about this winter season.
I mean, did anything catch your eye? Even if you're not hyped, but did anything catch your eye?
Well, Pokemon caught my eye, but that's still Netflix. Now I will say Metallic Rouge, I'm gonna give them a shot. I remember you telling me about High Card before, so I'm gonna give them a shot too. But that's something that's already out. That's not like premiering.
Yeah, it's not like a new one's just returning. So it's
But you told me about High Card, so I'll check that out too. So, but pretty much just waiting for my Jujutsu Kaisen. I am with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like a week or two. I know I missed like 2 episodes, I think. So I can still I'm not caught up yet, so I can still enjoy a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen, even though I know they're on a little break or something. But Pokemon, which is Netflix, The Cooking in the Dungeon, which is Netflix, and 7 Deadly Sins, which is Netflix is look on the low. Crunchyroll, I know they got anime, but Netflix they kind of doing things.
I mean,
like especially with what is this show? Was it? Is it the Dragon Sword? What is it? Dragon Blood? No, it's Dota Dragon's Blood. That joint is sweet.
I mean, the good thing about Netflix doesn't really go to the beat of the Japanese release date. The good thing about it is that you always have something. It's so much that you may not see or catch up in seasonal watch time on Netflix that is always something to go back to and find on Netflix. Mm-hmm. So whereas we joked about fall season, but using Netflix to watch it in fall time, actually the fall season, if people include Netflix into which a lot of people for some reason don't, but they do unless they're like real reviewers and like, all right, this is cold, like it really was a fire season, to be honest. Like, if you give me 3 things to watch, and technically, damn near everything from Netflix was a hit for fall 2023. From Sky Pilgrim, that, as we mentioned several times, listen to the previous episode. So, when you look at one side of the coin, fall 2023 look kind of like a dud. But if you look at the whole spectrum, it's kind of an A+. So, just think about it. We eventually ain't got our heat yet from Japan, with the season to watch that's coming. Like I say, spring and summer generally to me are always like the banging.
Yeah, they're gonna be the
banging.
fight.
Yeah, they want you to see those things in spring and summer. Would you agree, Gamma?
Like I especially since the heavy hitters kind of drop into that time. Yeah, I mean I would, but Gamma going to drop their knowledge.
Say that one more time. I missed that last part. Cool.
I was just saying, it seems like Japan kind of say they super mega heat, like melt your face off time is like spring and summer. It seems like
definitely.
Yeah, okay. So that's what
they
I
want
thought.
to catch. They want to catch people when they're able to be at home on break to enjoy it. Like, that's what I feel it is. I mean, we get a couple of, like, some couple of fire ones during the winter, but it's only like that one where it's probably you're only gonna get like 10 episodes or something like that, but a lot of work went into it, so they're gonna drop it then. But if it's gonna be like a long running, a heavy investment, like they put in all the marketing in, it's coming like late spring, summer.
Okay, because I feel like I was telling Mike, I feel like Undead Unluck is gonna graduate next time it break. It's gonna graduate to spring or summer. I feel like
I
can see that.
This is a test run, and honestly, I feel like, and me and my friend Kai, we were talking about this the other day. The consumer market, the Western consumer market for this animation has hit, in my opinion, an all-time like next level high within these past 4 years, if that. And I feel like Japan has got to a point where they're trying to like really keep up with the market and like the consumer. Cause over there, if episode come out, if it don't, they ain't gonna sleep. But that's not how we built over here. Like, we want it fast, we want it now. Like, come on, like, what's the next episode? Like, we are on a constant like binge type of mentality. Like, we need it, and I feel like that's what led to the Kaizen Studio folks to be like, hey.
Yeah. Even though like they've been killing it, but man, I didn't know. I'm like, look, man, y'all need to hire some more people to figure out. Like, I don't want people to die over this. Like, I am enjoying it, but they don't need to die over this. Like,
right. And I feel like that's why we're seeing this immediate turnaround of just the dissemination of like these anime series that literally just dropped as a manga less than 6 months ago. It's just like, wait a minute, we ain't even got to 100 chapters yet, and y'all already like coming out with the anime.
But like, you know what? I appreciate it, be able to come up a little faster, but I also appreciate seasonal. I'm glad that seasonal watching is a thing now for us, that we all know it in the West, where it used to be those just continuous, like how Naruto and Dragon Ball and Bleach was, where it never had a season break. Whereas I'm cool with it. If you need to drop a hot 10 to 12, take a break and then let the manga catch up, but with no fillers. Fillers seem to have now kind of be a thing of the past. The only show that seemed to me to have a filler is like My Hero, and it's not quite filler. It's just kind of like a little, like, hey, let's catch up with this, but then it does exposition. So it's like, I think they done got rid of fillers.
Thank God, because honestly, I would much rather take a season break than watch, like 40 filler episodes.
Yeah, they no longer waste their staff and hands on just like, hey, make all this filler while the manga. Like, no, take a break, adapt something else, and then keep back to it.
It's not even like good filler where it's like the jokes don't be funny. I'm not interested in none of the characters. Like, I'd be like, bruh, like,
development. It's just recapping, replaying old conversations, old fights.
Yeah. The last show that I gave in that I tried with the fillers believe it was Boruto. As you see, I haven't mentioned Boruto in a long time. I'm gonna catch up.
I ain't never gonna mention him.
I'm gonna do it one day. I'm gonna do it like apparently his daddy. He gonna make me go just like his daddy, where I'm gonna just go back into the well and I'm gonna watch like 10 episodes at a time. And that's how I started watching it again and again. And then I was like, I can't do this every week with Boruto. Like, y'all need some seasonal breaks, goddammit. Like, come on. If y'all gotta stop at 26 episodes, stop at 26 episodes. Don't just be doing 100. Just be like, oh my god. Like, I want to love you. Want to love you.
I don't
make it so hard. But it's like
I don't.
I love the world. I cannot leave the lore of it behind. I love to see the progression of aging characters, for beloved characters, and different things.
The creator must not love them too much, but don't get me started.
I just know everybody who wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. You know how all the old ninjas back in Naruto in the beginning were like cold until they died. Everybody like seemed like they just kind of washed, now. So I don't know. Other than what's his name, and Rock Lee. Not Rock Lee. Guy ain't got no legs and he's still out here kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know what? All right, I'm gonna touch on my issue with that show in a second, but I'm gonna throw it over because I know we've been out here for a minute. I'm gonna throw it over to Gamma real quick. Gamma, thank you for rolling out. I know you gotta slide through. Give us some final thoughts and where can people find you?
Final thoughts. I'm very excited about this plethora of new anime that I'm scrolling through Crunchyroll right now. I'm seeing new single episodes that have dropped. I'm seeing some really cool titles. I'm excited to do a binge. I think, like you said, this winter, we got a couple of hot things I think is building us up for the upcoming spring and summer for us to get excited. So looking forward to a lot of these fun and action animes that we got to look forward to. And as always, I enjoy chatting with my fellow anime homies.
Thank you.
And you all can definitely find me there on all social media platforms at Gamma Ray Cosplay. I will be bringing you a plethora of more pregnancy cosplay, pics, videos. Might start doing a little segment called Cosplay While Pregnant. I got some plans in the works now that life has gotten to this point. I feel that I can now kind of start diving deep back into my passion, my craft. So just be on the lookout, y'all.
Yo, man.
Well, it was dope
Make
to
me
have
proud.
you back.
See that little baby.
Can't wait to see all of it. And can't wait to have I'm so glad to have my fellow Masher. I don't know what we call mash head. I don't mash burns.
Mashers,
We're the mashers.
Mashers.
I'll take mashers.
Mashalites.
Nah, I'll go with just mashers. Mashers. That's all he do. He be mashing up stuff with his hand. Like, I love how he said, I'm gonna do it with my fist.
Yes. Effortless. I'm with it.
So I can't.
Y'all. I'll be catching y'all on the next one. As always, it's been real. Bye, y'all.
See ya. Now, I'm gonna say this because I know we running long and we ain't gonna keep y'all no longer. I know y'all don't be wanting us to be out here all in these streets all day. So I'm gonna give you this. This is my issue with the show about the kid from the hidden village of the leaf. Okay, my issue with Boruto is that we opened up with this show. Naruto seems to be this dad that he's not there, he doesn't care, he's not involved, and then of course his son is like, "Oh, Dad, you're not around, Dad. I can't stand my dad's not here," and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is not the character that at least I assumed I was getting. I received a character that grew up without his father being around. He kind of knew later on why his father wasn't around, but in my opinion or my estimation, your character would be gone and go through this situation and say, when I become a father, I'm going to be present, I'm going to be available, I'm going to be in my child's life. They decide, hey, this same character that has gone through all this trauma without his father and mom around, now we're going to make him a dad that is alive, but isn't around at all for his kid. Now, I know people gonna be like, man, daddy got a job, man. I'm like, there's a lot of dads that got jobs and they still find time for their kids.
But daddy ain't the Hokage.
I ain't trying to hear that. There's a whole bunch of dads out there that's like, head of this or regional director or whatever, some ambassador or something, and they spend time with their kids. You straight undercut, at least in my opinion, undercut the character of Naruto. Then his son is annoying. See, when we meet my homie Uzumaki, all right? When we meet him, he's an endearing kid. He's the underdog that you root for.
A lot of people.
Boruto ain't no underdog. This dude got mad skills. Then on top of having mad skills, he's always whining and he don't never listen. He's this big.
You mean Boruto? You mean Boruto is not? Yeah, Boruto isn't an underdog. This isn't an underdog. Not at all.
Story. Let's be honest. At school, he would be the kid that you'd be like, man, I can't really stand him.
To be honest with you, Boruto, skill wise, because his dad is around. Now, I'll say this real quick. I mean, I get how you feel. It is annoying that I have watched a lot of it where they have come around and they do respect each other. And Boruto had to like get his head out of his butt because he's like, I'm the Hokage. I must protect everybody. It was like, yeah, but take care of your kid. But they did cross that bridge and they took a lot of episodes for it. But as far as just skill wise, Boruto you can say I ain't gonna say spoiled, but he actually, having Naruto in his life, put him so far ahead of the game skill wise because he has he got
a silver spoon in his mouth and he crying about it. I ain't trying to hear it.
All of the healing abilities that the Uzumaki clan, like, which is his grandma, that's why the story is the reason why the Uzumaki clan had the fox put in them, because they actually have high energy, high life, therefore they can stand the transfer per se, and they can like kind of heal or something. It's got high life energy is what they name mean and all that stuff. So thus the red in Japan, I think, mean that was a symbol that for him, even though he's a blonde. His dad was a blonde, and his dad also had was strong as hell. So when you add that into it, then you add the other side of his bloodline. His other grandpa is a original Bakugan user, like a pure Bakugan user, whatever they called their clan that his mom is from. And his mom is of the main branch, and his grandpa is of a high branch. You know what I'm saying? So he got like 4 people, bloodlines, strong bloodlines running through him, like superiorly strong.
All he doing is crying about
and
stuff.
He also gets to train from Sasuke. Like, he really looks up to Sasuke, so he just like wants to be more of a pure-blooded ninja than Naruto. He didn't want to be a bureaucrat. So it's more so like, hey, yeah, I'm a kid that got everything, but I want to be like this quiet, dark, broody loner here. That's kind of like where he's at.
Except he doesn't do dark, broody loner stuff. When you first meet him in the show, he does something very loud, very attention-seeking.
He gets to that. Like, to be fair, these are beats that if you want to suffer along for the ride. But we just said this before. Watch the movie. Have you?
No, that's where I got it from. I watched the movie. I got about 5 minutes in. Once I saw what they were doing with
the movie at all,
bruh, I didn't get no further than like 10 minutes in. Once I saw what they were doing with Naruto, I was like, nah, I'm good.
You gotta watch the whole movie, man.
Then I saw what they were doing with his son. I was like, bruh, come on. There's no way I'm going to buy this. Now, if that's where y'all want to take the character, great. I'm just not going to watch it. For everyone who loves it, enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to y'all.
So you didn't finish the movie?
No, I watched about 10 minutes and I turned it off.
Finish the movie and let's go.
I got other things I can watch.
Oh, wow.
Now, I will give them this. The opening fight scene, Sasuke was fighting whoever that was dope. They spent some money on that. That fight scene was on point. Like, Sasuke was getting McNasty in there. So I will give them their props.
I'll say this. They spent money on the movie and then they folded into the TV and added more to the lore, to the stuff, to add some characters as well too. So I've seen both versions of it. I like the theatrical version or the movie version, and I get what they did for the home version. So I'm not gonna just completely trash on Boruto, and I ain't gonna go long into this because I know we run long. There are lots of parts of it I love, but there's some things they could streamline. I'll say that, and I'll leave it at that. So I ain't gonna completely dump on them.
And no, I'm not trashing it. It's not like I make videos. I was just explaining like why I don't watch it. I don't like the decisions they made with the character, so I'm
fair
out.
enough.
But besides that, I don't. Y'all never hear me trash that show. I just be like, yo, I don't watch it.
So, look, sometimes I gotta be like, I don't watch it. He don't watch Mashle, so he can't really trash it. He just didn't want to watch it. You know.
Yeah, I saw like the first 2 gags, and I was just like, this ain't gonna be for me. I was like, but then sometimes it happens. Like Pluto. Pluto is a show that technically I don't really watch like that, but I love Pluto. So I mean, you never know.
Pluto, I won't even compare Pluto to like a show that's gonna continue. Pluto is like
no, I'm just talking about like taste. You know what I'm saying? Like normally I wouldn't think I would watch a show like that. You know what I'm saying? See, man,
you growing that taste bud in anime, man. They all gotta be shonen and beaten up, but when they do, they make it worthwhile.
I mean, it is a show that I like, but I just didn't think I would like it from the trailer.
It fools you.
I've always dug like detective stuff, like whodunits, like Glass Onion stuff like that. That stuff is dope to me.
And they look, y'all. Listen to our last episode.
Yo, don't sleep on Knives Out or Glass Onion. Both of them joints.
And do not sleep on Pluto. You do yourself a disservice. It ain't something you can just breeze through. I ain't gonna lie. You gonna feel some heft to it.
Yeah, you gonna be.
But it's worth watching. Yeah, it's some sadness, but great, high quality animation. It's like 8 hours of 8 episodes of movie quality animation each episode. Watch it. Listen to our review.
Yeah, shout out to Adam. But off of that, I'm gonna throw it on to Mr. Cooper, if you will. Tell them where they can find you, but also break down your final thoughts.
The final thoughts I just want to give, of course, we didn't go deep into Undead Unluck. They still on the ship. The Tatiana episode was dope. The kind of dope but sad, very sad. Speaking of health, I see that Undead. All right, when they take their time and they want to show these people's backstory, they can be silly, but then they can bring it down to be like, all right, this is what we're dealing with, and to see where characters are like Unluck was able to relate to Untouched. So you have a character who can't touch somebody because she might kill him, and you have a character who literally generates a field that pushes people away or murder them. It's like, oh, this world's gonna get really dark before it gets lighter. So, and then to see that's for such a little young girl who got cursed with these abilities at 5. Just imagine you're 5 and then, oh, you can't hug mommy and daddy because you being in their presence killed them. And it's like, sometimes I ain't ready for that. It's like, so, this is why I was wondering, like, what is the character's age? And you see that she's still a young girl. Now, I don't know what her age is now, but she's no older than, let's say, 13. She's probably like 10 at best. Or 8. She might be like 8 or 9. And she's still immature, and, she was almost about to be sold. Shout out to Billy for peeling some muffin caps back. I appreciate that greatly. So yeah, so it's still kind of a transitional thing. It really was not, Undead Unluck episode. It was Tatiana. Tatiana, that was her episode. So, but other things, just wrapping up. Since I was kind of in that lull period, while some of the shows I mentioned earlier, like they all haven't came out. So by the end of this week, winter will have officially started, kind of like for everything. So in that meantime, you know what I did for a rewatch? I think I mentioned this to you. I started rewatching Samurai 7 just to see if it was Samurai 7. Not only the only thing that does not hold up about Samurai 7, it has some slightly ugly CGI for like the big robots.
Oh,
but it works.
Yeah.
I've been listening. I never really listened to it in Japanese. I love the English dub, and if I'm not mistaken, the two characters, two of the samurai, were actually like stand-ins for Yasuke in lore. So even though you have this like gruff, he's one of the best voice actors. He's been doing old gruff guys for a long hot minute. Like if he's still doing it, he's definitely probably look like how he sound. But Kanbei, I think, is a black man. He might be a Yasuke stand-in per se. I still wish we could have got a real legit Yasuke thing, because I really can't rock with the other one we saw. I gave my reasons. Y'all can find it. I would love to have one that's like a pure historical thing, but this is like, I'll take this as my Yasuke stand-in, and it's like the heft of it still hits. I'm halfway through it. I realize how much the character who I would have thought of is as the main character or one of it, how he annoys me, the young samurai, but I kind of get him because, man, war is not fun. War is hell, y'all. And I understand now that have you ever watched the show and you watch it as you're younger and it's good, but when you're older you have a clearer mindset. And I understand I understand the Kanbei character a lot more than the young character, because he was like, war is cool, I want to be a samurai, this, that. It's like, look, man.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. If
you're going to do it, be prepared to carry the weight of it. Like, you are nothing more than a tool. Don't get it twisted. Not that he was looking for glory. Like, there's no real glory. There's glory and honor to be had. At the end of the day, you are a killer, and you must deal with your actions. And I got to the episode where he like killed his first person, and it's like he's skilled, but he's getting it, and it's like he shows him having like basically a nervous breakdown, PTSD, and to like, oh, I could see that now that I'm older, what's going on with him, and the different characters, and it's like the other black samurai, he was the first to die, but he was so cold though, bro. That dude was snatching arrows out the air. I love I forgot what they call it, Hansakai skills or something, but it's, I guess, a trick. And he's a street performer, and he'd be like, boy, shoot the arrow in my head. And he like shoot it in my head. Are you too soft? And
he'll like, shoot it.
And he snatch it. I don't know, he got a weird thing with blood. I think he loved the sight of blood, especially his own. It just makes him feel alive. He a little crazy, but Brad dude was just charming and this and that, but he died a hero. But I forgot, like, oh yeah, there's some tragedy in this. And as y'all know, anything with the Seven Samurai, they just switched the name. Samurai 7 is basically a cyberpunk mashup, feudal Japan mashup of the Legend of the Seven Samurai, that old movie way back when, where seven samurai, unique samurai, defend the town from bandits and stuff. We'll take that and amp it up to like 1 million with cyberpunk and sci-fi and all this crazy stuff. This could have been something they could have easily done in the 80s era anime with like what you call it, with not Van Helsing, the homie Vampire Hunter D. I could easily see this concept could have been done back then as a show or as a movie as well. But it's kind of like the next wave of, nobody ever talks about it, but low key, it's kind of like the spiritual successor of some of those movies. And that is kind of like also a little bit of a spiritual successor to Ninja Scroll. I know sacrilegious to put it up there. I put it up there, but it's like if you like Ninja Scroll, you will see what you like in Samurai 7. So I'm doing a rewatch of that, and it does still hold up. Just some of the special effects don't, but the characters are still wonderful. And you know what's cool?
So
The metallic robot, the metallic samurai is actually, I think, done by Chris Sabat, who is Piccolo, who is Vegeta, and who is also, it feels like you meet this character, he's also All Might. He feels like he's doing a samurai All Might, and I'm like, I feel it. Like, so this is where he feel like he got pulled All Might from this character somewhat. If All Might was like immature and not as the strongest person, but still goes plus ultra every time, but he can't really go plus ultra because he ain't the best fighter, but he was the heart and spirit of the team.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I feel it, man. I feel it. Like, I was like, I love where you could go back to something. It makes 20 years this year. It came out in 2004. I think I watched it a few years after that. There ain't nothing like when you can make a show and it's like still relevant to this day when you make it timeless. Other than some bad CGI, I would love to see them remake this. If you got, I mean, it's a remake of a remake of a remake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this whole concept of this story made a Great Western 2, which they remade that too with Denzel Washington. So, look, man, the story works for some reason. People protect home. People protect the innocent. Sometimes some good men gotta die doing what's right, and it sucks. But what do you learn from it? What do you gather from it? And it's just one of those things, one of those stories, man. So people can find me at blurred.ish on IG, Keith Cooper on Facebook, the Blurdish Facebook page, Blurdish1. You can find that. I'm on Threads, and of course www.blerd-ish.com. That's www.blurge.com. We got merch sales coming up this week and at the end of the month. You'll see it on the website. If you want to get started for your cons, stock up. Still got winter season. Get you some hoodies, get you some long sleeves, and of course, also go to the Books and Ish store. Also order any books directly that we can ship to you. Look, we're going to be pumping that up more. I'm going to remind myself, I don't care if I have to make a prompt, but I will be reminding you of that, y'all. Get those mangas, get those comics. Yo, I'm a bookseller. Go to my site
and read some books. Read some books to your kids. Read some books to your mama. Read some books to your friends. Just read some books.
I just read all of Zom. I'm current on Zom. You know, never going to see the anime again, but
yeah, that joint probably gone.
If you want to know how the story continues, gotta read the books, baby. Buy it. I'll live it.
Word up. You know that I love y'all and your engagement. You come through, you listen, whether you listen for 1 second or for all the seconds. You check out anime, you talk to us. Put in comments, hey, I like this, I don't like that. You're crazy, you're not crazy. You know what I'm saying? You say thank you for the video, whatever you say. You know what I'm saying? My final thoughts is that, look, we got a year coming up with some dope stuff on the way. Y'all ain't got to cry about nothing. Y'all ain't got to complain about nothing, because there's tons of stuff to like. Whether it's Crunchyroll or Netflix or even the Shadowverse. You know what I'm saying? You can see your anime. Alright, so I'm going to just leave it at that. Please do not complain about anime. We got tons of stuff. We starting the year, y'all. All right, we starting the year. Turn over a new leaf. Whatever you didn't like about anime last year, leave it last year. It's all
man. Over. Look, y'all. Look. Kev on stage. Love Kev on stage. He finding out anime. I know whether he's doing it for real or not. I think he's jumping into it because he don't know no better, and he just like, all right, I'm gonna try something, and he's finding out that he likes some of it because good storytelling, good writing. It prevails. If you don't like anime,
animation is a medium, not a genre.
Yes, anime is not a genre. You cannot. There's multiple levels of anime. If y'all listen,
another form of telling stories.
Bro, if y'all have not been listening to us all in 2023, you know we started the anime segment, you know, because we was like, hey man, what's else? What is on? We like these stories. Let's discuss them. And then, Mike, our homie Mike here, he ain't no slice of life guy. Like, I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm saying Mike love his battle shonen. Look what he just said this episode. He's like, I'm gonna give it a shot, like Cooking and Delicious. I mean, we're not Cooking and Delicious.
What is it? The Cooking in the Dungeon. Matter of fact, let me go and give Netflix it's Cooking in the Dungeon, but I'm gonna give you all the real name in a second. But keep going.
Oh well, or Cooking it. What is it? Cooking in Another World. You got to get their real name. But I would have never thought Mike would have said he wanted to openly try that, and he is. He ain't tried out Food Wars. He ain't suggested Food Wars, but still.
But I will say Food Wars does look sweet. I just know I already know I don't like it, but it do look sweet. Like, they going mad in on like all the slicing and dicing. I'll give them that.
Like on the parts that are ridiculous, but the parts that like educational and stuff, it's pretty cozy. But then they have, and it's still, believe it or not, Food Wars is actually considered a shonen because it's competition and battle. It's just food.
And but the show is called Delicious in Dungeon.
There you go.
So they out there again. They cook on there in a weird place. They locked down there. They still gotta cook, man. They still gotta eat.
Y'all,
dogs gotta eat. But
between Pluto, just going on the pure Japanese one, from Scott Pilgrim to different things, to Biggie to Dolly, or whatever. Just all these different things, from horror to whodunit drama to existential humor crisis in Zom 100. Mm-hmm. Those are different genres that Marvel, DC do, different things that put under the umbrella, but it has different filters. So let's just not do that whole, anime is anime, blah blah. I hate when people in the comments do that. If y'all are so-called anime watchers, you're not helping your case by promoting those weird stereotypes that it should not be that. Even like for me, and I'm just saying this and I'm gonna shut up. Like, when it comes to like some of the sexual jokes and different things, there are plenty of anime that people can watch that they don't have to subject themselves. I might be fine with it, but if I know, like, I don't think that's Mike's taste, I'm not gonna necessarily suggest it to him. You know what I'm saying? There's other things that you can suggest and that you can do. You can be real, and you don't have to be faking it out there. That's all I'm gonna say. There's choices.
Man, look. Said perfectly. There's choices. And choose, positivity. Choose love. So, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time that you have to make sure that all the doors and windows is locked. All right? Before that darkness get in. This from us to you saying, peace.
And if you in a manga with zombies, and if it's one door that's locked and you know it, don't open it.
Yeah, just leave that door closed.
Zom, you killing me.
Or ask someone who's in charge. Ask them, be like, yo, why is this door locked? And they'll be like, oh yeah, it's zombies back there. They'll be like, oh, all right, cool.
It was the man in charge who opened it.
Oh, anyway, we out, y'all.